9 months ago, on the 19th of November 2022 to be exact, I uploaded this video, which was titled, "This has to change for Pixel Gun 3D to survive in 2023. With the community's feedback, I created a video outlining the issues that Pixel Gun 3D had that need to be resolved in 2023. Today in this video, we are going to be re-reacting to that video to see how many of the issues we picked up on 9 months ago have actually been fixed in this game. All right, listen up. Before we get into this video, I haven't created this video to cause drama or to bash on the developers or to cause friction between us, the community, and the developers. I've created this video as a question as to why you never changed those features. Why were they not fixed? Now, I know in that video that I created 9 months ago, there is some small features that have not been fixed. There was some bigger features that have been changed. It's all a question as to why. And I really hope the developers can work even more with the community. As the so-called #1 Pixel Gun 3D creator in terms of size and views, I feel like I definitely have a say in this community. Is you guys always come to me for, hey, Echo, tell developers about the trades van that we don't like. They gotta fix the lottery situation. And if I can be a voice for the community, and it's something I agree on, of course, I'm going to be voicing my opinion. With that being said, if you guys have any issues or problems or things you don't like in Pixel Gun 3D that you think need to be changed, leave them down below in the comments section. Echo reacting to Echo. Let's go. Today in Pixel Gun 3D, let's talk about needed changes that has to happen to this game by the end of 2023. Now, this video is not here to encourage hate. In fact, there is no hatred at all. I think Pixel Gun 3D are doing a pretty good job with their game, but certain things need more focus. And certain things need to change. I ask you kindly to not leave any hate on this video. Same applies in this video, all right? We're not here to hate the developers. We're just here to try and improve the game that we love. But also to encourage changes that needs to happen. This is a game we fully enjoy, and I really hope it's going to stick around for a very long time. That being said, do not leave any comments on this video until you've watched the whole entire video. Same applies. Because it's likely I will touch on a subject that you want to talk about. I would also like to say a huge thank you to the Pixel... Okay, so I'm just going to pause it for a second here. Again, that video that I created 9 months ago was driven by you guys. It wasn't just my opinions on Pixel Gun 3D. The feedback and everything that I went over was from you guys on previous videos. So I was like, hey guys, can you help me out? We need to talk about Pixel Gun 3D. Now, if I am not the only one who's seeing these issues, and you guys who play this game who are also seeing these issues, surely there's a problem somewhere within the Pixel Gun community. And what I mean by that is the developers need to make some changes. But yeah, you guys are the best, by the way. Pixel Gun community who left non-stop feedback on my previous video. We have a lot of feedback from my community. All right, let's skip ahead a little bit here. That being said, if you have any suggestions on how they could improve the weapon balance system, then leave a comment. Oh, dude, we had... Oh, wow. Okay, so they did some huge balance changes back then. I want to point out, by the way, that when they reworked weapon mechanics, such as the primaries being good and shotguns still being good, but not the dominated meta, I feel that was a really good change in Pixel Gun 3D, by the way, even to this day. One of the best things the developers done, and every single month, they work on balance changes, which I think is so important to the economy of this game. Down below. First thing I would like to talk about is optimization. Now, over this year, Pixel Gun have outlined tons of optimization changes, but it's still not enough. Now, over the last 2 or 3 updates, I've started to receive more and more input lag on Pixel Gun 3D. I've been talking a lot about that recently. Now, I am using a giant iPad Pro. It's not the latest iPad Pro, but very recently in Pixel Gun 3D, I'm seeing a little bit of latency. I have really good internet, so it's nothing to do with my internet. And I'm wired up absolutely everywhere. But have you guys been noticing lag recently in Pixel Gun 3D? Just let me know again in the comment section. Every other comment that you left on my previous video was the game is laggy, the game is slow, it's unplayable, and it needs to be optimized. I got my fingers crossed here. We might see some very big optimization changes when they introduce the port to the PC version. But as of right now, we don't actually know the benchmarks for Pixel Gun 3D. Whenever a video game is released, they usually say, hey, this is the minimum requirements and these are the recommended. I don't think Pixel Gun has those. Now, one thing in Pixel Gun 3D is the game is limited to either 30 FPS or 60 FPS. Does tapping these buttons make a big difference? I have absolutely no idea. A couple of you guys have said increase the FPS to 120. Now, I have a better idea on what Pixel Gun can do here. I understand that Pixel Gun has been around for a very long time, and as games evolve, apps evolve, in order for Pixel Gun to evolve, it has to say goodbye to certain devices and older devices. That's what I was talking about just there. They need to set us some form of benchmarks. We've talked about the whole optimization thing, so I'm just going to skip ahead a little bit. Next up is player lobby. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is Pixel Gun's file size is really big. If we tap on profile and we tap on this, we have this crafting section. Again, I think this is actually something that Pixel Gun 3D has resolved, because I think after this, over the next couple of months, they introduced the ability to either download certain maps or download player lobby if you wanted to, but you don't have to. The only thing I would say here, though, is the player lobby really doesn't offer anything to Pixel Gun 3D. Now, some people do change their backgrounds, but I don't think they want to get rid of it, because some of you guys said, no, I kind of like it there. I like to change my background. You have the ability to have the default update backgrounds, which they seem to do every single season, or you can opt in to customize your own one. So that actually gets a thumbs up. They did introduce the ability to download things if you want to, or not download it if you don't want to. So this is something else that we can skip ahead with. Next on our list is module cost. This still hasn't changed. I can't remember what Older Echo said about this, but let's listen. I said we wouldn't focus on the balance changes, but one thing that you guys outlined in my comment section is if Pixel Gun are planning to nerf and reduce weapons and balance certain things, then they need to improve the cost of modules. Now, for those of you who 500 coins is what they're outlined as a paid account, that's not too much of a problem. As a free-to-play account, man, 500 gems a pop is insane. I think these can go up to 1,000 as well. So I still don't think they've adjusted the module prices, but I think this is something that players have just Pixel Gun 3D kind of accepted. You and I know that this section can get very, very expensive. I'm going to waste some coins on my free-to-play account here and show you. So if I was to upgrade this 250 and then upgrade this 500, like that's getting closer and closer to 1,000 spent already. You can see how pricey this can get. So if you are going to do reductions and nerfs to the module section, you need to reduce your price it costs to upgrade certain things. Biggest change. They still haven't added this. I've been asking for this one feature for like 5 or 6 years, bro. Pixel Gun has thousands of weapons in their game, and we can still not search for a specific weapon. Yeah, I know they're numbered with hashtag 969 or something. What number is 969? What weapon is that? Anyway, like, I know they're numbered, but bro, when you've got a lot of weapons in Pixel Gun 3D, just let us search. It's like a really simple thing that Pixel Gun needs in 2023 is still don't got it, man. Option. Let us search for a specific weapon. There is nothing more annoying in Pixel Gun 3D than trying to find a specific weapon. Like, the amount of times I go up and down. Oh, dude, when they release Traders Vans and it's like a pretty unique weapon, I will end up going past it so many times. Like, if we could just search for specific weapons in primary, backup, melee, special, sniper, and heavy, it would make life so much easier. Like, why are they not introducing these quality of life features for the players? This next one still has not been fixed. And this is what I'm talking about. They fixed some of the bigger issues, but they haven't fixed any of the smaller issues. Listen to this. People in my comment section have said, please reduce the price it costs to upgrade gliders and cars. Why on earth is this section like one of the most expensive sections? I think it is the most expensive, bro. Look at those prices. 430 gems to upgrade a friggin' car in Pixel Gun 3D. Let's run a test here. I've got a lot of gems. This, to rank this up, is 430 gems. Why on earth is it so expensive? Watch this. If we upgrade this, it costs me 430. 650. 870. 870. 1,000. Why? Why is that so expensive? Like, even in modern day, they haven't fixed that, by the way. So again, this is what I'm talking about. They fixed like the downloading of like file sizes, but things like this that could probably be fixed in a day or so. This could be fixed in a day, and they still don't do it. Next on our list is the black market. All right, let's listen to this. There's a lot of discussion about black market, and a lot of the free-to-play players were saying, inside of here, we really like what you've done with the modules by introducing them. But can you please bring back gems inside of here? Now, they don't have to be... All right, I'm going to disagree with Echo there because I think over that time period, the black market was no longer classed as an outlet to get gems. The game evolved and there's many other ways to get gems. I'm going to not say, hey, there needs to be gems inside of there. But what I will say is I think the black market in general needs a rework. They introduced this new part for clans. They never evolved on it. And it's just been left to die. It's quite a common thing in Pixel Gun 3D. They do something, they'll work on it for a bit, and then they'll go, yeah, I don't care about that. And then they'll try and move on the new trend, like Squid Games and Battle Royale and stuff like that. Player spawning has also been a big problem for so many maps in Pixel Gun 3D. And in this video, I'm specifically talking about Silent School. And what I think Older Echo said is what I'm going to say right now. It's so easy to introduce new spawns. There are so many other locations that they could add new spawns. But let's listen to this. Talk about the spawns in Pixel Gun 3D. Why are Pixel Gun limiting the amount of places you can spawn in this game? I am using this map, for example, because that's a good spawn, right? But I think only one person should be able to spawn in here. Players shouldn't be able to spawn within a certain radius of each other. The number one map where Pixel Gun needs to introduce more spawns. The map is very, very limited. And the spawns are always the same. Always spawn here. That one's fine, but I feel sorry for the other guy in front of me because he's not gonna know that I'm there. Again, terrible
always
spawns.
Always spawn in there. Always spawn here.
The spawns are always on the right-hand side of this map, right? Somebody just spawned there because he's a fresh spawn. We're going to talk about fresh spawns in a little bit more detail in just a second.
He's happy to die then.
I just want to get killed here. Why? I'm going to show you a perfect example here. Are you not introducing more spawns? Add a spawn. Again, perfect place. Another spawn. Here. Add a spawn over here. Another spawn there. It would make maps a little bit more diverse. It'd be the same map, but you'd be spawning in different locations, so gunfights would be very, very different. Am I the only one who thinks that spawning should be rotated? Talking about rotation, where the hell is the map rotation that they promised to us years ago? I'm not even going to watch this one. I'm just going to talk about this one right now. Now, I tell the developers every single update, no map rotation, no map rotation, no map rotation. How difficult is it for you guys to get all of your maps, put them in like a random selection, and just bring those maps to the game? We want the likes of Colosseum back. I want to see this map back in 2023. In fact, I don't think we've seen this map. When was the last time we've seen Colosseum, guys? How many years has there been, bro? It's just like things like this that really annoy me and make me think, and I don't care what the developers say here, it makes me think the developers don't care about us. And I shouldn't feel like that with a game that I've loved for 7-8 years. I've also talked about this as well. Limited time brawls. The way they used to do brawls was so much better compared to how they do brawls now. There's a specific game mode for it. Yeah, seems pretty good, but I used to like when I'd be like, oh, let's jump into what limited brawl is available in this game mode for today. I also really miss this map. Again, another map that could have been introduced. Number 10 was mini games. Pixel Gun 3D is very famous for its mini games. Most of the mini games that I play is Block Crash. Same for you guys as well. Why not bring us a new minigames map? Why not bring us new types of minigames? Let's see what Older Echo has to say. Talk about minigames. Now, for me, minigames is something that is highly underrated. In fact, a lot of people play the minigames. I see most people playing Block Crash or Racing. Block Crash because it's really good, and Racing typically for challenges. Yep. Please expand and improve the current game modes you have. A perfect example could be Block Crash. Give us a new map, or give us 2 layers of blocks. Now, Block Crash is a carbon copy of, like, Spleef in Minecraft, so they could definitely bring us a new type of map. All right, number 11 is rework weapon grading. System in Pixel Gun 3D needs to be completely changed and reworked. I still agree today. Every single weapon that you introduce to Pixel Gun 3D is mythical graded. It's lost its value. It has? Every weapon pretty much in Pixel Gun 3D is mythical graded. Granted, I'm on my paid account and I've upgraded tons of weapons, but like every single weapon is mythical. Mythical means nothing in Pixel Gun 3D. I think they introduced one kind of rare weapon through an event. It's kind of felt nice. Apart from that, all the weapons are legendary or mythical. Get rid of the whole legendary mythical system because it doesn't work anymore. Who misses the star system that Pixel Gun used to have? Bro, that was so much better. That was such a better system. I don't know why they got rid of that. Number 12 was matchmaking. Matchmaking is still not perfect in Pixel Gun 3D. Let's listen to what I had to say. Talked about a lot in Pixel Gun 3D is how lobbies are dead. The reason why is because I can quit and join another lobby in a matter of seconds. I can just jump in and jump out of lobbies. Bear in mind, there used to be a punishment for leaving games in Pixel Gun 3D, and I kind of liked that a little bit more. It means that the lobbies were more full, and I've talked about a possible pre-game lobby, but developers have said, nah, we kind of don't want to do that, which I can kind of understand. Nobody wants to be waiting around to play games in Pixel Gun 3D. One of the benefits of Pixel Gun 3D is being able to go into a lobby, and you're just straight into a game. Players repeatedly backing out and joining, then people are just going to keep doing it. You can see somebody else did it alongside me. I can jump in and jump out as many games as I wish, which this is probably one of the reasons why certain lobbies are dead. I do stick by that statement as well. Lobbies are dead because you can just back out and leave. If you join a game and your team's getting absolutely ripped apart, you're going to leave. So this is what I'm saying. If there was a pre-game lobby, it's like a 50-50 decision, right? Very similar to Team Strike. I think I said probably the reason why you're having to fill up all your lobbies with bots. I have another solution here. I'm going to use the Battle Royale pre-game lobby as an example. So I did use Battle Royale, not Team Strike, but it could be very similar to Battle Royale. So whenever you join Battle Royale, you get put in a long list of players, and the game doesn't start until there's a certain amount of players in the game. Now, Pixel Gun told me that that wouldn't work for other game modes. That's completely fine, but let me show you the solution which would benefit everybody. Like I mentioned, every single game is pretty much filled with bots. Every single person experiences this. So what Pixel Gun need to do is introduce a pre-game lobby like this. At the top, it says pre-game lobby.
Oh, this is even better.
During the pre-game lobby, you are able to kill anyone and everyone, but it does not count to the score. Once the lobby has a sufficient amount of players, let's say 7, 8, or 9, or even 10 players, then the game will begin a countdown of 10 seconds. I think PUBG do this, right? Yeah. Wow, Older Echo was definitely with it there. Yeah, that's the perfect solution. That is a perfect solution and something that would keep players happy. You are playing in a pre-game lobby, but you can still move around, get kills, talk to people, blah, 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 blah. Within that and 10 then you seconds, get into a game. The game will begin. So let players run around in pre-game lobbies, but it doesn't count towards the score. It just means players can still shoot and kill each other, but when the game starts, that's when the fun begins. Nothing more annoying. Oh, I like that idea. Or they could try the Team Strike way, where you're in a game and you're waiting, or tournaments where you've locked in and confirmed that you are going to play a battle. I think they need to think of a better solution for matchmaking, even to this day. Number 13 is rework Duels. And I can safely tell you, to this day, they haven't made any changes at all to Duels, other than punishing free-to-play players because they made chest prices even more expensive. And they've done this because people were giving away chests through gems and stuff like that, and they didn't like that. Although hackers can just get as many gems as they want, duels, and give away as many as they want. And yet, you've still made no changes. After reading all your comments, there has been some really good suggestions. So whenever you go into a game of Pixel Gun 3D, it should not show the player that you are going to face. I like that. That player should be like a question mark, or should just be a full black skin. You don't know their name. You don't know the weapons they are holding. That is such a good solution, man. They don't see you. You don't see them. You're a black skin with a question mark. You don't know their name. You don't know the weapons they've got. How has this not been added this year? And that way it's a mystery who you're playing. It's going to stop people joining and backing out, joining and backing out. Yeah, because as soon as somebody sees an ultimatum, they just instantly leave. This way, people would stick in this game and fight each other. Alongside, you've done it for tournaments, but you haven't done it for duels. Can we all agree that having people... I mean, I kind of agree but don't agree. I guess it's just the meta now with pulling towards target weapons. Okay, yeah, so the pulling towards target, I've just begun to accept and just adapted my method to the style. I don't like it, but that's how you play duels. I'll kill this person first. Oh, okay. I guess. I'm going to kill them, but then I'm going to let them kill me real quick. I'm going to kill him again. I've got 2 kills on this guy, right? I can wait 15 seconds to respawn. Get rid of the respawn. Okay, they didn't get rid of it, but they massively reduced it. Bro, how annoying was it when you just, like, you killed somebody? Oh, they killed you and they just ran the clock down for, like, 20 seconds? Oh, bro, it was so annoying. Or reduce... I think it's 8 seconds now, right? Like 3 or 4 seconds. Because, again, people just... Wait another 15 seconds now. In those 15 seconds, my gadgets are gonna restore. Yeah, I don't think gadgets should restore when you're respawning either. Again, and just things like this. Them again. It's so to fine-tune the duels game mode. Same is also said about Team Strike. With Team Strike, get rid of the pulling towards target weapon. I think duels could be... It needs new maps, and it needs, like, a new style. I think the same for Team Strike. When did we get a new Team Strike map? People love these modes, but they're just not looked after. Number 14, better login system. That's happening. Thank you, Pixel Gun 3D. Like I said, some big changes are changing, like better logins and stuff like that, so we can skip ahead from that. The last one is repetitiveness. This still hasn't changed. Let's listen to this. With you, Pixel Gun 3D, the Pixel Pass really hasn't evolved in all the years that you've done it. You need to evolve not only... Win a match without dying. Still a challenge in modern day Pixel Gun 3D. Your challenges by introducing even more and newer challenges. And I know I keep talking about that, but spend 120 coins. Still a challenge in Pixel Gun 3D. Defeat 15 enemies using legendary weapons. Still the same challenges in Pixel Gun 3D. They're the same challenges. They're cycled every single month. We can see how lazy you are. I don't care what you say to me. We're not lazy. It's laziness. It's laziness. The Pixel Pass hasn't evolved and it hasn't changed. It hasn't changed in 9 months. It hasn't changed in 12 months. You've got to change things. Just everything feels the same. Every single season, you're doing the same things for these elite weapons. It's just, it's not fun. It's so... I think they definitely adapted the elite challenges, but again, let's see what Echo said towards the end here. In terms of what you offer, there needs to be something that lets players go, wow, that's actually a really cool thing. A suggestion is offering weapon camos. Yeah, see, we could do a weapon camos. I think we get them at the end of the Pixel Pass now. So maybe they did introduce that, but that's enough of older Echo. After watching that video, you can see the developers have fixed and changed a bunch of things, but they have not resolved all of the issues that I talked about throughout that video. In fact, they haven't resolved the more important ones. I think the login system is going to be important because of the whole PC situation. So that definitely gets a thumbs up. And I think the whole ability to download the player lobby or certain maps is also very, very good. But the whole matchmaking and spawns and map rotation for me, I think are really important just to keep the game entertaining. If you log on to Pixel Gun 3D right now, in 12 months' time, it's going to be the exact same. The game's not evolving enough. Anyway, if you guys have anything else you think they should change, leave it in the comment section. If you made it this far, let me know.